Hello and welcome back to another 5 to Thrive. I'm Scott Kutcher, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, brands. Well, duh. I'm in the sign business, right? Love brands, love creating brands, love magnifying brands, love, creating more brand impact. But how important is a sign to that? Well, it's very important. So one of the things that's really disappointing to me, and I'm probably going to start posting some photos about this on Instagram. What's really disappointing is as I travel for what I do, representing some great brands to sign fabricators to help them build better signage and represent your brands out there better, right? The other day, saw one, big name brand, not going to say who it is. Whoever did the sign didn't put the modules up there properly, didn't silicone them also in place or mechanically fasten them, and about half of them were falling against the face, so it looked like polka dots. So what does that matter? It does. So what does it say about your brand? If your sign looks cheap, it looks like you haven't spent any money on it, okay, at all. Like Billy Joe Bob did it in his garage. And I've got some friends that are actually named that, so sorry, Billy. Being in the South, you just have those friends. But all joking aside, what if they were building in their little one-car garage with no equipment, all handheld tools, and they weren't doing things properly? And then you saved a ton of money, but you put it up on the side of your building, and it looks like crap. It looks like polka dots. You can't hardly read it. It's horrible. Is that important to your brand? Of course it is. Because now people are going to get that image. If they've never heard of your brand, they're driving by, they're looking for some place to eat that night or whatever. Let's just call it an eatery. And they're looking for some place to eat, and they're driving, and they go by, and there's this sign with polka dots. Are you kidding me? They're going to go, that looks weird. But my favorite are the ones that have a whole row of signage out, right? So the transformer blue or the power supply for the LEDs went, kaput, gone, half the sign's out. You can't read it. Or half the jokes on the internet is it spells something else that you may not want to pronounce or be associated with your brand. So signage and branding go hand in hand. You can't separate them. They're extremely important. And if you're a company out there looking for signage, stop beating up the sign companies over every little freaking nickel and dime. Because I'm telling you right now, there is a difference. Yeah, it looks great when it goes up, but in 6 months, when those things are falling against the face, it looks like polka dots or half of it's out. What does that say about your brand? It's not good. And if they have to choose between that and somebody else that has a nicely lit and it's a same kind of restaurant, let's say just down the road, or a similar restaurant, they're probably going to choose that because that's a sign of the quality of the experience that they're going to have. That's right. So they're judging you according to your signage and whether or not that signage is going to depict the quality of the experience they can expect to have inside your organization. That's how important it is. And I'm not just pulling this stuff out of my rear end. It is statistically proven over and over and over. So please don't cheese on signs. You don't have to spend a minute, but don't get to the last part of your budget for the year and go, oh, well, I got $300 left. I'll get me a sign. You ain't going to get a good sign for that, especially lit. So make sure that you realize that the value of that signage to your brand is everything. It's the first handshake anyone gets with your brand. So let's make it count. And until next time, sign on.